Let's try that again. So close. Hey, everybody. Uh, welcome to, oh my gosh. Welcome to another episode of UPX World Live. I'm your host. Thank me later. It is May 15th, 2023. We are counting down the days to Genesis week. It is going to be quite an event, shaping up to be very, very cool. Let's see what we got in the house today. Hey, B Money Mo Money, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. My boy Caesar, what up? Walk My Paws LLC. Good to see you. Galactus Buck. Shout out. I think Buck has a exhibitor booth as well, if I'm not mistaken. Sheriff Shack. Thank you. Yep. There we go. Doc Jones. What up, brother? Hey, it's our Cheesy Cheese. What up, Cheese? AKA God of Pixels. If you know, you know. I'm just gonna say that. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you're missing out. GS Tunchi, what up? Hey everybody. Dang, we got everybody. The Metaverser will be there. Very cool. Cannot wait to see that. All right. So what do we have happening today? A couple things. One, yeah, I know. Well, I am excited to announce we are working on our a VIX token. Now I'm just gonna. I just did a live art in MVE. Oh, very cool. Thank you, Cheese. I'm sure. What did you make? I gotta go find out. Is it on the MVE server? Like your thing? Oh, I keep it right here. MV. This is my little goodie bag from last year. I keep it at my desk. Look. Here's my Upland creators from 2022. We got, oh, what's this? I don't know what that sticker is. That from you? I'll put it in Art of Church. It was beautiful. A paranoid guy. Oh, so you drew a picture of me after a couple sandwiches? Is that what you drew, Cheese? Las Vegas 2022. Let's go for 2023. Oh, we have a little Sparkcast. This is cool. I look through this bag every once in a while. I keep it here on my desk. Anyway. Squirrel. I need squirrel gear. That's what we need to make. That's what we need to make for the store. Some squirrel. I need to go order. I got so much to do. Yeah. If you know, you know, Tunchi. If you know, you know. That's the theme of the episode. Apparently, today's episode brought to you by If You Know, You Know. There we go. So, VIX token. I didn't, man, I should have made a slide for this. I did not make a slide, which I definitely should have, because it's not necessarily a complicated concept. But Grom Brindle and our fantastic UPX World site team, including Lil Bob and Damon Day, lead of Devil's Developers, is working on a premium feature for the UPX World site, which will allow users to purchase VIX tokens for UPX. And so I haven't worked out all the details. There is going to be a VIX program where you can cash in those VIX tokens for premium access, specifically in the data mine site, to some premium features that they're working on: dashboards, reports, advanced stuff like that. This does not remove or eliminate the VIX program. So the VIX program will still be a subscription-based program that's going to have various things, but we're going to have a VIX token as well. Likely one of the benefits of being a VIX member is a some amount of free tokens each month as well. But the tokens that you'll be able to purchase with UpX will be one of the first premium features that we integrate into UpX World, specifically on the Datamine site. This is going to allow us to have players purchase inside of Upland VIX tokens, much like if you've seen the world of football. You can purchase like game certificates essentially. This is the way it looks like it's going to be the easiest for now. Until we can fully integrate in and have UpX World ecosystem, have direct access to the wallets, doing the escrow services and things like that, specifically for UpX, has a ton of fees associated with it. So it's not as cost effective for either the consumer or us. So having an interim like certificate or token, this is not going to be tracked on the blockchain. It's essentially just an in-app purchase item. Like you can't trade them or sell them. They're just for yourselves. So you'll get VIX tokens, and those VIX tokens can be redeemed for premium services, such as access to premium things on the site. So I'm curious, what do you guys think of that? Does that sound like something that is interesting? Any recommendations on that? We are definitely open to conversation. So again, another one of the big things for that is that does then link UpX World to Upland through the official developer API, which will then allow us to go for, they actually just released a Pro UDN Pro program. So that integration will also help us be able to be eligible for UDN Pro, which has a lot of additional benefits. If you're not part of, so UDN is the Upland Developer Network, and that is for any of the third parties in the Upland ecosystem that wants to develop and use the APIs. So we, as UpX World, will obviously want to be UDN Pro, and yeah, so we're going to go for that. We are still waiting, and honestly, it's on me. There's a couple things that I need to do, which is going to play into a later announcement that I'll announce later in the show. There's some things that Steam's waiting on for me. That's the holdup. The holdup at this point is honestly on the Steam thing is 100% on me at this point. I need to resubmit some stuff, and I have not had the cycles to do so. And cycles is, I don't know if that's a industry term from just like cycles is time. And so I do need to get that done because I really want to have that up for Genesis week for sure. Oh man, I need to get on that today actually then. Okay. So that is that. If you didn't catch last week, we had the close of Epic 6 for 11/11. I was in chats with Dr. Nobi. There will be an 11/11 update and the Epic 7 day. So stay tuned for that. I might even just go and publish some more. Let me see here. If you haven't visited our UpX World shop, please do so. I think there's still time to get stuff if you're coming to Genesis week. I think if you order stuff now, depending on where you are in the country and all of that, and depending on what you order, there might still be time to get your orders delivered to you before Genesis week. So definitely take a look at that. I know, again, I'm going to add that to my list of things. Let's see here. Swag and when is the reveal video cut out the most? Hey, Wedge Cloud, what up? Welcome, Wedge Cloud. Zoe Wedge Cloud in the house. Zilla. Friday. It's going to be released Friday. Oh, they arrived in Canada. I know. Mine should be here like any day. Mine should be here any day. I cannot wait. So we got swag, we got Steam. What else we got, fam? Oh, today's the last day to do business taxes. That's probably my priority. I need to do that today. Yeah, I cannot wait. Once I get that, we are definitely going to. If you get swag through that link, you get $10 off. What's the link? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, can you DM me that, Cheese? Can you send that to me on not financial advice? Yeah, I know. There's nothing. It's a zero. We didn't make any money, so like it's stupid. This is one of the problems, and not necessarily problem. It's kind of a good problem. There's a lot happening, right? So between the creation of multiple experiences that's going on, and the standing up of the shop and preparation for Genesis Week, and honestly, my day job is picking up a whole lot more. I was kind of hoping to have things on this side a little on the UPX World side more buttoned up before the busy. We get really busy in the summer, like mid-year. Things pick up at my work, so I'm starting to see a lot more activity, and like I have to travel a lot more for work now, which I do have some unfortunate, I guess, announcement. This will likely be my last fully scheduled live stream until Vegas. That's not to say that there isn't still going to be streams. Um, we are still going to do like the 11/11 streams. So Dr. Nobi is going to be doing those. I think my stream. So that's like one of the things. Like I do not feel like I have enough time to dedicate to getting like all of my streaming equipment is not really set up correctly, like to the quality that I want. Um, it's I guess it's okay, but the reality is like I'm spreading myself way too thin, and I need to focus on getting the game out and content creation and figuring out the better way to deploy it. I appreciate everyone that's been here for the last. I mean, we're going on like 10 months of streaming or something. Um, Unbelievable. A lot of you come every single stream or many of the streams, and I truly appreciate it. You have made it. Honestly, that's the only reason I stream. If no one showed up, I wouldn't stream. But also by that token, I'm clearly doing something wrong. Like the stream and the social media is not growing at a pace that it should. I'm okay with the organic growth. And like I'm not trying to go pay people to watch the stream, but also I'm not a social media person. Even like my personal life, I'm not really good with social media. So I need to take a step back, figure out a better strategy. I think short form content is probably going to be better. I need to work on creating more like small, concise videos. I don't think we have a way to communicate like the mission of UpX World. I think it's still very murky on what people can expect or how they interact with us. I bring people here whenever I can and talk about UpX World and wine and cheese. I appreciate the hell out of that, cheese. You know I do. I love you and I appreciate it. Like it is sincere. I mean, you saw we got a follower today, and I am super, super grateful for that. Um, yeah, no, Shaq is awesome. And again, there's going to be more. Cheese brought me here. Absolutely. Well, thank you. And honestly, there's going to be more opportunities for community streaming as well. So I've been in talks with Shaq and Zilla. Maybe we'll have a wonderful Women of Web3 stream that they host if they want to. If you, a community member, has any Web3 content or upland content that you want to stream through the UpX World Live kind of network, you absolutely can. But for me, I think I need to take a step back, reprioritize where I'm putting my energy. And I just know myself. Like any day that I have a stream, it's just like really difficult for me. Like the way my ADD works is just like, oh, I got this stream. I can't do anything. Like 4 o'clock, I was done with work, but then I was like, I got that stream at 5. I got to start prepping, and then like it's a whole thing. So anyway, not to be a buzzkill on that, but this will be my last of the normal scheduled live streams. Check the events on Discord. So anytime we are going to do a prepared stream, I'll post it there. The UpX podcast is going to still continue every Thursday. As usual, I think we'll still do, as long as Dr. Nobi wants to do them, we'll have the Friday updates with Dr. Nobi. I might join those. If it's like, again, I do a lot easier if it's like a co-host situation, but like prepping for like an hour show and then just like the anxiety. Okay, here's the other thing. If I'm being honest, I know this is going to come as a surprise. I'm not really a big public speaker. Like it's actually like, I still get nervous. I've been doing this now for, well, I mean, with the UpX podcast. The UpX podcast is different though, because for me, that's very like low pressure. For me, I just go there and stream with my buddy Too Stupid, and we just riff off each other. And I'm not really responsible for anything, and so I can just have fun. With these streams specifically, like it's a lot, like, and it's really hard to feel like stay engaged, and like it's, if you ever streamed, and then even just like the small stuff, all the logistics. It's crazy. Too Stupid said on Thursday, planning an hour by yourself is crazy hard. Yeah, it really is. And so like we've been doing that consistently. I mean, I don't even know how many streams we've done, but probably 100. We have to have over 100 hours of streaming, I would imagine. I'm sure we could pull the stats on Twitch. But again, we're not getting, and this is on me, because the other thing is like I don't do any post work. And really, if you're going to be good, especially on YouTube, it requires a tremendous amount of post work. Like my naming, my descriptions, I'm not like tweeting it enough. I'm not with the right tags. There's a whole strategy to doing it. And, I don't know. If you are a streamer person that does this a lot, hit me up. Maybe we can discuss. I know there's a ton of social media knowledge out there. I just maybe need to sit down with ChatGPT and work through some of that. But anyway, so that's that. So we got the shop. The shop is bang. Honestly, that's one of my favorite pieces that's come out recently. UpXWorld.shop. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Great stuff by a lot of great artists at the UpX World shop. And the nice thing about that is this is really the first functionality we're adding to these NFTs. So if you're an NFT owner of any of the art that's being used, know that you are slated to get some revenue from that. Like once we actually get revenue from it, we're going to distribute that. And as we get bigger, we'll look at ways to automate it. Right now, it'll be manual, and it's mostly work with the artist. So if you're an artist that is creating for 1111, or if you're just an artist that wants to create really anything. So like the way that we would do it is if you have an NFT project or you're an artist that's creating NFT art and you would like to feature that on products, and we have from t-shirts and sneakers and phone cases, a whole, really anything that Printful, I always mix those two up. Printful offers. It's Printful and then Shopify. We can work together to create it into that marketplace. And as the artist, and if you own that NFT, you could get the entire revenue. You can talk to me about what, that kind of looks long term, because this is one of the first steps of decentralizing revenue streams. So the other nice thing is, I will say, full disclosure, like my job, my day-to-day job, I'm a software architect for a major consulting company, and was talking to some leadership about Web3 and stuff like that. They're very interested, because I think we have a unique model in this space of really doing something different with the blockchain technology and Web3 that is truly, to me, it's the missing piece. We have the NFTs, we have this community and society that's ready for change, right? Like, all of the ingredients for this are here. So when I look at that and I go, this is a critical point in technology, in society. And I know that sounds grandiose. It is. Like, when you set out to say, well, what's your mission statement? Well, UPX World mission statement now is to decentralize the revenue streams of multiple industries and globally redistribute wealth in a way that has never been done before. Like, it's got to start somewhere. You know what? I watch the musical Hamilton probably once a month. I love that movie, musical. It's a movie. It's on Disney Plus, whatever. But those people, like, that is the kind of revolution. Like, I'm not trying to go to war. No one's doing that. But when we're talking about revolution and creating a new society, like, we're at that breaking point. Like, you can tell society as a whole is kind of done with it. Any sort of businesses with charitable causes do fantastically well, because people, for the vast majority, want to help out they would rather, if they had two choices: one, buy products and services that make the rich richer, or buy products and services that help the community and go towards charities and independent artists and underserved communities. Like, that is a no-brainer for most of society, as long as what you're offering is comparable as far as goods and service. They're always going to pick the one with a cause. So what I'm saying is, we just need to amplify that, because what happens is these greedy corporations go, oh, hey, look, buy our thing and we'll donate like a penny of everything that here to this charity. And you're like, oh, cool, I'm helping a charity. No, that's bullcrap. And they sell more units and they make more money. That's what they want. I'm saying we have to start somewhere different and go, that isn't how UpX World's going to operate. That isn't how I want to help stand things up. We're going to say, hey, look, this pen, it was, designed by this group, and here they have their NFT for the design. And then we have 100, NFT versions of this. And, here's the people that bought it and sold it. And here's the communities that hold it. And every time you buy one of these pens, a penny goes to each one of them. And you can track it, and you can see exactly where the profit of every single item that you're buying goes globally. So you can hold people accountable. You, as a society, can then decide, where are you going to spend your money? Who are you going to support? And then, as a creator, as an artist, as an NFT investor, a buyer, you can then go, oh, well, I really believe in this pen. I'm going to go buy some more of these NFTs for this pen. And then I'm going to go to my social media and I'm going to tell everybody to go buy this pen. So instead of the traditional Web 2, where if you're an influencer, this pen company might go, hey, we'll pay you $50 to make an ad for our lovely pen. And you're like, oh man, $50, great. Let's say you make the best ad ever and it goes viral and they sell 1 million of these things. You made $50. Like, now, granted, you probably have an increase on your overall social media presence, which helps you out. You probably will get paid more on your next promotion. But the reality is, you should have made a heck of a lot of more money because you made that happen. Well, if you were part owner in that through NFT distribution, you would see a direct compilation of that. Addition to that, if you're an influencer, you're going to probably get burnt out at some point. You're going to want to stop having to produce content. And so, unless you have some insane backlog and library that gets paid residuals somehow, like, if you stop streaming, you stop making money. But if you are a creator and an owner, by creating content, you can increase the value and subsequent money generated. However, if you're done creating content, you can just take a step back and you're still going to get paid on your individual ownership. So it's a completely different model. And hey, spoiler, if something happens to you, God forbid, you can then pass on those assets to the next generation. Now they have passive income. Um, it's it's a radical idea. It really is. Um, but it's the entire premise of what we're doing. So UpX World Shop, as you can see right here, is the first place that's going to be implementing this. So the profits that come from that, which, let's be very transparent on that. You buy a $50 pair of shoes or a $60 pair of shoes, the profit, I don't even know how much they are. The profit on that's like $10, right? We're not making, because we're not sourcing it. It's all drop ship. So like the t-shirts, we make maybe a couple bucks. Like, we're not getting rich off of those sales necessarily. But what that does is that's the first proof of concept to say, hey, look, we're a drop ship company that is redistributing the revenue through NFT ownership. And that's revolutionary. That means that the 1111 NFTs that were sold and are owned and the artists that created them now have their first opportunity. Like, there is functionality now. Like, if your NFT is used to create a great piece of apparel or an accessory that then sells a lot of it, you'll get money for that. Like, just by owning it. You don't even have to do anything. You didn't have to create the item. You didn't have to advertise the item. Now, you could advertise the item. And I would highly encourage you to go find items that you like and share them, especially if you happen to own the NFT for them, or reach out to a creator or an artist who is making stuff. If you have, one of their NFTs, like, hey, you know what? This NFT could be really good on a shirt or a backpack, whatever it is, right? So you can start to influence and have those conversations. It's kind of like each NFT becomes its own mini business. Like, micro business. There's something there. There's something here. Hold on, let's see. Micro business, micro ownership, because I feel like that's what these are. These NFTs to me become a micro business. Like, each one of them is kind of its own business, because the reality is micro machines. Yes, I'm very familiar with micro machines. I love micro machines. I love the micro machines racing game. How cool! When you get to like race around, and so you're like on like a pool table, but the pool balls are like huge because you're a micro machine. Yeah, love some micro machines. Micro retail. Yeah, so like that's the thing is your NFTs become like a micro business, because the reality is, let's take the 1111 NFTs. So that piece of art, if you own that piece of art, there are projects, UpX World specifically, that's leveraging that. for in-game assets and at the UPX World Shop. So you have passive income there. So now you have the chance. You could just sit there and collect royalties and just hope that things go well and that the artist is advertising because they're invested in it, that UpX World is advertising it because we're invested in it, because 1111 is advertising it because they're invested in it. So everybody has like micro ownership of the growth of the organization. It's not a DAO because it's not a DAO at all. I wanted to make sure, like decentralized autonomous organization, DAO. So it's not that. It's micro retail is pretty close. I'd say micro business because that's really what we're talking about. And honestly, the other one that I think we're going to see soon, sooner rather than later, is going to be from our very own Hyde Park Ninjas, a DAO for Shao. I can't. That's the only way. A DAO for Shao. Isn't Shao a Mortal Kombat character? Hyde Park Ninjas. So Hyde Park Ninjas are going to be doing a bunch of stuff with this. They are really focused and they get the functionality piece that is required for NFTs to get to the next stage. I am sorry, I'm not putting any money into any NFT outside of 1111. And honestly, I don't think I've put money into Upland in quite a while either. But the reality is that like Hyde Park Ninjas is taking a different approach where they're going to create an NFT and they're going to have a product already there. So there's functionality built into the NFT before it even launches. And they're going to prove out that concept and then sell the NFTs, just like a business should operate. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't early invest. Like, I'm not trying to hate on any NFT project that uses selling NFTs to raise money. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Raising money is really, really difficult. You have to convince people to trust you with their hard-earned money. That's a massive responsibility too. Let me just say, like, I can't speak for other creators. I definitely know the Hyde Park Ninjas take it very seriously. I take it as a massive responsibility. Like anybody who is invested in UpX World, in our program in any way, shape, or form, I feel not necessarily obligated because that sounds like forced, but like I definitely feel a sense of responsibility. That's probably the best way to say that. I feel a sense of responsibility to those investors and to the community as a whole to deliver what we've been saying. And that is a lot. That's a lot of pressure too. Because, I can fail myself. Hell, I've done that for, 37 years of my life. Used to that. But when you have other people that are relying on you, parents probably get that. If you have a pet, like you now have this responsibility for another being. And so I take that very, very seriously. And I will always try to do my best by our investors and the community above all else. I appreciate the kind words. You guys have been, what has made this possible. Like, let me be very clear. The Walk My Paws, the Humble Lives, the Shacks, the Prados. There's too many. Doc Jones. Everybody Drift. There's just so many of you, honestly. Zilla and Caesar has been showing up, and you know what? Pure Rolex. I did, by the way. Pure Rolex and Ditsy Dits. They're going through some stuff, but they're alive. And there's so many of you in the More Cheeses of the world. Absolutely can't forget the More Cheese. You guys have been through this, through everything. Architect, thank you. NFT architect, absolutely. Oh, there's so many. St. Lucie, like I can't list them all because there's so many people that have gone into and continue to go into. Let me just take a step back here because this is not goodbye. Like we're not we're not done. We're just getting started. I'm just saying I need to go back into my turtle shell a little bit so I can get back to heads down and get some stuff done. Because the streaming, I'm not going anywhere. Hell, I'm still here. I want to be more active on Discord. I want to be more active on Twitter. I need to like focus. I need to figure out a better social media strategy. Like we lost our discoverability on the Discord server. Like we're not this particular. I love doing these streams in the sense of it's a great opportunity for me to interact with our community. I really like that. Um, but I want to find a better way to do that. I want to find a more structured format. Turtle power, absolutely. Um, I want to find a more structured format. I need to find better ways of getting the stuff that we're creating on Twitch and YouTube to be findable, to be digestible. I realize that a lot of my streams are almost streams of consciousness. That makes it very difficult for people who want to learn about the project. Like, where do they start? We don't have a clear messaging, and that's on me, right? Like, I own that. UpX World is my, I own UpX World. So it's on me to go, we have to craft a better story. We have to get more concise. We have to be able to have players who watch for the first time and go, hey, what's this about? Like Twitch has a thing where it's like, your starting theme. On YouTube, you can like pick your starting, like here's where you start with the channel. Things like shorts, things like tags. Like my SEO is terrible. I know everybody, y'all have been incredibly helpful, and I will take all the help I can get. Believe that. Yeah, that's true too. Just the education piece is really difficult because if you're in the know, if you know, you know, right? The theme of the episode, if you know, you know. The problem is if you don't know, it's really hard and kind of scary. Like, because I was talking some people at work, some artists, and they were like, "Oh, well, we do Instagram art, and we were approached about making NFTs, but we're scared. We don't know. There's all these costs, things like that." And I was like, "Well, it doesn't have to be scary. There's projects and things like 1111 that offer way easier onboarding for artists that are new to the space. That's one of the reasons I really like projects like that is because it takes a different approach. It helps people like, oh, I mean, I won several of the pieces last month and I will continue to buy as many as I can because they are fantastic work. And I believe wholeheartedly in the mission of what's going on there. And I know how we're going to use it in the game. So I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and just get it because then that's revenue for UpX World as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, people into tech, yeah, learning curve for sure. So that is that. What I feel like there's so many things though. Oh, you're saying, yeah, no, I did, man. Not only did I get lucky, so like I was supposed to take a flight. The reason I wasn't planning on streaming is because I had to catch a flight, and I got to the airport like super early because like there was a 3 o'clock flight. My flight was supposed to be at 7. There was a 3 o'clock flight. I was like, I'm gonna go on standby. So, and most of the people were leaving the client side anyway, so I go, and then like I'm on standby. There's no chance of getting on this flight. And then right next to where I was I was at like C3 at BWI, and there's a little lounge right next to it, and I have a priority pass, so I got 1 hour free. And so I was like, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I should book an hour and then try and jump on this. And like it just coincidentally worked that I was there for the right hour, that block of time. I had that room. Somehow I got crypto to work, which has never worked for me. Crypto.com, priority fancy. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it is kind of fancy. But oh, I don't know. I don't know who you bought your last piece. But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun. I mean, some of that art is fantastic. And yeah, Buck, Galactus, I'm so glad you weren't there because you definitely would have bid on some of those, outbid me. Speaking of that, Prado, I see you in chat. Did you submit? Have you submitted? I was stuck at work with a dead phone. No hope. No, I'm gonna steal your phone charger. Oh, well, you know what? Holy shnikes. Do you realize that the next epic close for 11/11 is going to be live in Vegas? I just realized that June 11th is the next close. We're in Vegas. Right? I literally just put that together. Zilla's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Galactus, I'm going to slap your phone out of your hand if you're there. Be like, I'm bitten. So that's going to be insane. And if you've ever been to like these big industry events, if you went last year, oh, you won't be. Yeah, maybe next year. That's all right. We'll stream it virtual. We'll still stream it, hopefully. Can't hit my phone from 1,000 miles. I mean, you can. They usually have internet, although honestly, it would be kind of janky. So I think she extended it. I think she extended it so that way she could stay. Wow, that's crazy. Next Epic closes live in Vegas. Well, there you go. That's a big one. That's going to be crazy big. I'm going to load up because you know that those pieces are going to sell for crazy amounts because we're all there. 4 days. Let's go. I got to buy some wax. That's right. Everyone's got to go buy some wax. Vegas is going to be awesome. And honestly, like I'm really looking forward to Vegas. It's been a lot of stress. Just there's so many moving pieces and getting it coordinated. And even inside of Upland, holy cow, they are really pumping out a lot of stuff now. From the Susan G. Coleman lights, Mother's Day. I didn't even like Mother's Day inside of Upland just completely skipped me. I was like, holy cow. Carts today. I thought that'd be announced at Genesis Week. Yeah, carts. Oh my gosh. There's so many things. It's really difficult to keep up with all of that's happening in Upland, all that's happening with this project. Like, so much going on. But all of that being said, we're not going anywhere. I just need to go refocus on actually getting product delivered. So I need to get better. I need to go manage my dev team in a way that I haven't been doing. I need to get more hands-on back into the development. I need to work on a better social media strategy. And then also, full disclosure, like financially, it costs a lot of money to run this each month. And we haven't generated any revenue, mostly because like I refuse to turn on ads on UPX World. I refuse to just sell pointless NFTs to raise money. If I sell anything, it's literally shares in the company that I establish. It's in the C corporation of UPX World Inc., registered as a U.S. corporation inside of Texas. So like I will sell that. I might sell some VIX memberships lifetime membership, something like that. But I'm not just going to go sell miscellaneous crap to try and make money. And so the rest of the money honestly comes out of my pocket. I fund a lot of the actual development and our mods and just all the hardware, like running the Amazon servers and the cloud hosting and all this stuff. There's a lot of little things that go on behind the scenes. It all costs money. So I'm also hoping full disclosure, I have no reason I'd be transparent. Bonus month for me at my job comes in the first week of June. Fingers crossed. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm hoping it's a little bit so that way I can double down on some development and make sure that all of my developers that are working so hard are caught up as well on any payment for them. So that's where we can write letters to your boss and ask for max bonus. Yeah. That's already all been decided. That's very sweet of you. I do appreciate the offer, Shaq. But if anything, they'd be like, why are you spending so much time with these other things? Why aren't you spending, maybe if you spent more time doing your actual job, you'd get a bigger so we shall see. Yeah, if a bunch of people are like, well, you got TML streams, he's really good. And they're like, wait, what? He does what? How much time is he spending doing this? No one do the math on that. To be fair, and if you know, you know, to be fair, I do wait till 5 o'clock. That's why my streams are at 5 o'clock or later. So that way I am off the clock, not trying to get in trouble. Everything above board. And that's the other thing is I don't know that this is the best time. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, I don't know if like later, if the more people are free, like later in the day. So we have pretty good, I mean, viewership on the UPX podcast is pretty good. And that's like at 8 my time. Like, I don't know if later is better, if like an early morning stream, we can hit more, different things, weekend streams. I got to figure out when the best time, and maybe we'll do some like surveys and things and go, when would you want a stream? And then I'll put like a bunch of options and then we'll take like the top couple or something. It will come back probably, I'll say bigger and better after Genesis week. That's going to be a massive marketing event for us. We are going to be pushing UpX World hard there. We have entries. I'm on. Shout out to Blue Rain. Thank you, Blue Rain, so much. If you know Blue Rain or talk to Blue Rain at all, tell her TML says thank you for making me a part of her hackathon team. I really appreciate that. I'm very excited about the cool work that Blue Rain is doing. And we're going to have representation for XNet at our booth. So if you are an XNet community or part of an XNet community, be sure to check that out because we're going to have that. We're going to have XNet represented. We got the Hyde Park Ninjas going to be hanging out with us and giving away stuff. We got the UCC and the Upland Racing League URL is going to be represented and probably giving away stuff. Creedmoor will be there. Absolutely, Creedmoor. And so, yeah, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be huge. I'm really, really excited for that. And that's going to re-energize. I think that's going to give us some time to talk. I know I have some time scheduled with Dirk and Don and some of the other community people at Upland to be able to sit down and hash out. It's really hard to like asynchronously communicate, which is all that means is like pinging back and forth, like sending a message and then a couple of days later getting a message, and then that is like you can't really do business that way. Like get in a room, hash it out, get it done. That's what we're going to do in Vegas. Vegas is, for me, it's going to be fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a work trip. Like I plan on working 20-hour days every day that we're in Vegas, because that's the entire purpose for me of being in Vegas. That's a major marketing event. That is going to be a big piece. So I need to get heads down and prep for that. So that's really what today's stream was. Also, the VIX token. Look for that. I think in the next couple weeks, I'll definitely do a dedicated stream once we have it to talk about what the VIX token. Right. So you will go into Upland and we will have dev shops and you will be able to buy VIX tokens through that. So, and I think I want to say there are 1,000 UPX. I have to go check. I don't want to say something wrong, but I feel like there are 1,000 UPX a piece. They're about $1 value. But I have to go double check on those numbers. All right. Forget anything else? I don't think so. Oh, also, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I want to end on a positive note. So another thing that I've been thinking about, that after Vegas specifically, I think I'm gonna get a puppy. I want a puppy. I want a little baby puppy. I love dogs. If you don't know that, you probably like. I just absolutely love dogs. And I've been missing my dog since my ex and I broke up. It's her dog, so I use that as an excuse to not travel. So if work's like, oh, travel back, I can't. I got a new puppy. I got to stay, and I'll be like, oh, I froze. Yeah, I know. I freeze a lot. Hopefully, it's back. I don't know. But what I was going to say is, what should we name the puppy? It's going to be a boy. I'll almost certainly get a male dog. And I'm looking at, yeah, I'm going to get after Genesis week. So like, that's going to be like my last big travel for a while. So then I can dedicate like summer to training and getting all that. Piccadilly. No, it's got to, I was thinking Xander, Xander, Xander. Just a thought. I'm between, I really like Schnauzers. I really like Shih Tzus. I wouldn't mind like a miniature poodle mix. There's a teddy bear one. What's the teddy bear one? It's poodle. It's a poodle breed. I can't remember. It's not a Labradoodle. I know it's got to be like 10 to 20 pounds. Or dachshunds. I like a dachshund too. Dachshunds are cute. I feel like if I got a dachshund, I know this sounds weird. Havapoo, that's it. That's the one I was thinking of. Have a Cavapoo as well. Havapoo and Cavapoos. You can't name a Chihuahua Beast. Excuse me? Beast is a fantastic name for a Chihuahua. If I got a Chihuahua, I would definitely name it Beast. Although I would not get a Chihuahua. I had a 3-legged Chihuahua named Lucky Tim for a while back in the day that I adopted from a shelter. But yeah, I wouldn't get another one. Bernedoodle, yeah. Yeah, I like a lap dog. Like I want a little dog to sit in my lap, and they're way easier to dress up. I'm not gonna lie, my dog usually has more clothes than me, and I'm not ashamed to say that because I love dressing my dog up in nice little suits and fun little outfits. They always look dapper, and I'm about that life. Plus, dog clothes are cheaper than human clothes. You know, It's a very, although I should, Dillard's Clearance Center. If you have a Dillard's Clearance Center in your area, you'll thank me later. That place is insane. I buy all my stuff there. We have clothes for our dogs too. They already come with clothes. No, what do you mean fur? You're talking about fur? They come with fur, maybe, but not bow ties. Although, if it did have coloring of like a little like furry bow tie, that would be pretty adorable. B Money. What did B Money say? Oh yeah, Habapoo. Yeah, no, I had a Canapoo. True story. Who he was a can terrier poodle mix. Love that dog. A black Canapoo. Can terriers are what Toto is. My Yorkie is 7 pounds. He needs coats for winter, etc. Fur isn't enough. Facts. Now, I did. My parents used to have Yorkies. Actually, bred Yorkies for a little while. I think 7 pounds is too small for me. Like it needs to be a little bit meatier. Like I really actually probably like 15 to 20. I feel like the 15 to 20 range, as low as 10, as high as 25. Definitely nothing over 25 pounds. Because the other thing is, if I do travel, I want it to be small enough that I can put it in like a carrier and take it with me. Because yeah, that's a chunky cat. That's good. That's a good size cat. I like chunky animals to hug. Cheese. Make me a graphic. Make me a graphic for that so we can make some t-shirts that say that. Make a pixel graphic of like somebody just squeezing a big old fat cat and then let's put that slogan with it. I like chunky animals to hug. Bet that would be fire. Oh yeah. No rush. I hear you. I would do free training in daycare if you were close. MA is way too far. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have to get our next pieces in by the first. So that'll be the last thing. If you haven't, 1111 NFT.gallery. If you're an artist, know an artist, or are interested in art, then be sure to check that out. Submissions for the next round of epics will begin are closing on the 1st. So you got 2 weeks to get that in. I like chunky too. Honey is 140-pound Roddy. Love both to the end. Yes. Oh, rescues. Way to go. Good for you. What did I miss? All right. Well, here you go. Here's the summary of the show. We're going to wrap it up. VIX tokens are coming to UPX World. You'll be able to purchase them with UPX, and they'll be used for premium features like the data mines. And the big announcement is we are not doing any scheduled streams between now and Genesis Week to focus heads down on Genesis Week in development. That is not to say that we are not doing any streams. Please do not get me wrong. There will be streams. There's definitely going to be an unboxing stream. 1111 is still going to stream. Dr. Nobi will likely stream here on Fridays still. This Friday specifically is going to be the release of Epic 7, which closes in Vegas, live close for the next 11-11 round. So it's going to be fire. It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. We're going to live stream it from Vegas. It's going to be awesome. I cannot even wait. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to it's actually not even that long. It's just probably a couple weeks, but that's going to allow me to get heads down, get some development done, figure out a better social media strategy, and move forward in a positive way. So it's not even that long of a break, honestly. Like it's like a spring break intermission. Yeah. When are we seeing the new pyramid pieces? Friday. Good question, Shaq. And the answer, Robzilla has correctly identified. is Friday. So Friday will be a fun stream. All right. Well, thank you everybody for your continued love and support. It means the world to me. And I will see you. I'll see you around. I'll be on the ship, discord.gg/UpXWorld. Until next time, be safe, be kind, and have a great day. Cheers.